Well, if you saw the thumbnail and you read the title, you saw that I got me another motorcycle. And this one here is kind of replacing one that I had just sold. And I wanted to get me a project bike, something that I could kind of work on. I may end up, riding it for a while and stuff like that. But I found me an older bike. It's a Goldwing. And we'll talk about that in just a second. As you can see, I've got another Goldwing if you're new to my channel. I've had the GL1500, this is the GL1800, and I've also just got this GL1200, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I was searching for one of these 1200s because I'm kind of curious about them. I thought they're, kind of interesting because a lot of people like them. They're only 4-cylinder, not 6-cylinder like the 1500 and the 1800. And they are carbureted, which, there's good and bad about that. But they got quite a bit of horsepower for a 1200cc. So I think they're going to be a fun bike. I think this is going to be a fun bike. So I was doing a little bit of search, and I thought, I'm going to see if I can find one that's decent at a decent price. And as I was looking, I came across this one. And I thought, well, this one's pretty cheap, and it's got a title to it, but boy, it's going to need a lot of work. So I'm going to show you the bike now, and we'll talk about it a little bit. This is a 1987. It's the last year of the GL1200. The 1988 model is a GL1500. So they had several years to perfect this machine. So this is the culmination of that. And I went on goldwingowners.com and kind of talked to those guys there, really knowledgeable people. And they said 86 and 87 is kind of the sweet spot for getting a good bike. Well, this is the 87, so hopefully this is a sweet spot. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done to this. First off, I want to tell you that I got it really cheap, but I was told that there is a timing issue. And I don't know, if it's something serious. I won't know. This may become a parts bike if it was something serious. But what I did was, when I checked this bike out, is I took the spark plugs out of it, and I had to put a jump pack on it because it's got a dead battery. And I jumped it and turned it over and put my fingers in the holes to see if it had compression, and every cylinder had compression. I don't know if you would consider it good compression. I didn't have a gauge. So, but anyway, I want to show you it has 12,394 miles. Now, I don't know if that's 112,000 because it could have rolled over. More than likely it is for almost a 40-year-old bike. See, it's got the intercom thing right here. It's got a CB. And it's got a driver backrest. I'm happy about that. And it's got the parts down in here. It's got the side cover that come with it, for this side on the battery. And the 2 fairing pieces that go on the front and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's complete. But some of the things that are bad about it, let me show you that it's going to need to be done. Fork seals are leaking, so the forks are going to have to be rebuilt. They're both leaking. Both brake calipers on the front were locked up, so we had to remove them just so we could roll it. So it doesn't have any brakes, front or rear, which was really fun getting it off of the trailer. And there's no clutch, so either the fluid's empty or we got a bad master or we got a bad slave, one or the other. So that's not a real big deal. I can rebuild that. The battery is completely dead, so it's junk. I need to get a new battery, which I do have one because I'm going to be replacing my GL1800 battery, and it's probably the same battery. And that battery's still okay. It's not great, but I want a brand new one in that one. So I'll take that one out and I'll put it in here, so that won't cost me anything. But the first things first, I got to check that engine out and make sure it's okay before I do anything. But the guy said that he had it running. He said he put timing belts in it, and he had it running, but the carburetors wouldn't allow it to take any throttle. So he said it would idle a little bit, and he gave it some throttle, and it would die. So I don't know any of that for sure. I guess we'll have to get into that, but I know that I'm going to take the timing belt cover off. I'm going to check all that out, make sure it's okay. If it's not, I'm going to replace the timing belts, and I am going to have to rebuild the carburetors, I'm sure. So that would be an issue. And this is an interstate. All the latches work. Already checked that out. The key works for all the latches. Looks like it's missing this piece here. I'm not sure what goes in there, but it's missing. It does have the carpet mats that go on the bottom. I think it has it for the side bags as well. Those work really nice. It's not a rust bucket. I mean, it looks like the paint's still pretty decent. Tires are old on it. Tires need replaced. So I have to, oh, and also the fuel pump. It's not kicking on. First thing I'm going to do is just got a wire going to it. I'm going to check the contacts. I'm going to pull this off, and I'm going to see if the contacts on it or not. Maybe a bug got in it or something. Who knows? But I'm going to check that out, and I may have to replace that. Also, it's missing this pocket door that goes over this. It doesn't have that. That's one piece that is missing. And I want to show you the gas tank. The gas tank is a little bit rusty. It's not horrible. It's not great. If I can get a light in there, you can see where the edge of the rim here is all rusted. But if you look straight down in there, kind of hard to tell, but it looks pretty clean. But if you look way back over in the corner, you'll see rust spots. The gas doesn't look real good in this, so I'm going to take the gas out of it. I'm going to clean all the rust out best I can with some, put some nuts in there and shake the tank out. I'll have to take the tank out of it. Or I may just check to see if they have one available that in a good clean bike that has a good tank in it. I may just replace that. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But it's got a cassette player. I don't know if any of that stuff works. It's got a couple of cassette tapes in here. Got some 50s rock and some 60s rock. I listen to mostly 70s and 80s music, but I probably like that music as well. I'm kind of amazed by the seat. That's the stock seat, as you can see, the Honda Goldwing emblem. And it's in fantastic shape. Needs cleaned up. Like I say, this is almost practically a barn find. I mean, I'm going to tell you about that in just a second. But you can see here with this antenna whip, been rubbing on there, rub the paint off of it. I might be able to get some touch up or something to put on that. This should have a sleeve over it or something to keep it from doing that, or put some kind of extension down here or something, you know, to stop it from hitting the bag. But that's why it's got two antennas, one for the CB and one for the radio. I don't listen to radios, and I probably won't use the CB, so I may take these off of there. I don't know. I'm not a real big fan of those big whips anyway. And over here on my 1800, you can see where I put this little stubby on. I may do something like that on the 1500 as well. But let me tell you a little bit more of the story on this bike. One thing I can tell you about this is it feels really comfortable stock. It really, really does. I don't know what this is here, but I'm hitting my hand on it. I don't like that. I guess that's for the CB. That'll have to be turned, moved, or something. I don't like that. But it's got a throttle lock on it. And the angle of the bars bring it right back to you. It feels really comfortable. And this seat, wow. This might be better than my 1800 as far as the feel goes. It feels really nice. I like it. But anyway, let me tell you about the origins of this bike, of where it came from. The young guy that I got it from said that he was doing some work for this older guy. And this older guy, I guess he was doing it for scrap. You know, he was collecting scrap or whatever. And he saw this bike in there, and he asked the old guy about the bike, and he says, well, you interested in it? He said, you can have it if you want it. He said, you can take it, fix it up, or junk it, whatever you want to do with it. So he said it's got a timing issue, whatever that meant. Well, just because somebody says it has a timing issue, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Some people just throw things out like that. So I don't really take that to heart too much. But the young kid said that him and a friend of his that's worked on motorcycles a lot took the timing cover off of it and replaced the timing belts. And, you know, it's no offense to him or anybody else. It's just the way that I am. I like to be thorough. So what I will do is I will take that off. I'll check them, see if the belts are in time, see if the tensioners are the proper tension, make sure all the bolts are tight and all that kind of stuff, because that is super important on these engines, because if it skips time, I mean, you just ruined your engine, because I believe these are interference engines. And anyway, so the kid put it up for sale. He couldn't get it running right. He'd had it to where it would idle and take a little bit of throttle, but it just wouldn't throttle up. So he's suspecting it's the carburetor. So whenever I checked it and put the jump pack on it and I turned it over, it would turn over. You know, it didn't sound like anything was hitting or anything like that. The oil looked clean, didn't see any metal in it or anything like that. It wasn't bad looking, and it felt like it had compression. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it just needs like carburetor clean, something like that. But you know, I got it for a really good price. In case you're interested, I got it for $400. If the engine is bad, then I could just, you know, part it out and make most of my money back, more than likely. There's also more of these bikes out there on the marketplace that I saw that are about the same price range. I found one that was even a little bit cheaper, but it didn't have a title. This one does have a title, which is good, because I want to license it once I'm done with it. But I may get that, you know, and use it for parts, because I don't know what the calipers, whether they're completely bad. You know, a lot of times, and I've dealt with this before, that piston gets so rusted and pitted that it's pretty much useless. And by the time you either get another caliper, which is going to be probably about $70 or $80 for an aftermarket for each side. That's, you know, $160 or so just for the front, and then you got the back to deal with as well, because there is no back brake either, but I guess it has linked brakes. I don't know. That's one thing I did do, is I ordered a climber manual for it. I'm waiting for that to come in before I even do anything, because I want to do stuff by the book. So if you're interested in this bike and you want to see videos on it, I'm going to be doing several videos on the bike. One of the first things I want to do is I want to check this engine. I want to check the compression on it. I'm not going to do it in this video because I don't want to make it too long, but I want to check the compression in the engine. I want to take care of the tank and make sure that, you know, is cleaned out. And I want to make sure that it will start and run. Even if it just, you know, runs on ether, I don't care, as long as I know that it starts and runs and not making all kinds of racket in the engine and everything, and that I feel comfortable with it, that nothing's been damaged. I also want to check the valve clearances in it too, because a lot of times you could tell if for some reason, if it got out of time a little bit and it just nicked the valve, it could have bent it just enough where it still works, but the valve clearance would be all goofed up, more than likely. So I'll get into that, but for every video that I'm going to be doing on this, it's going to be quite a bit of video. So if you're interested, you know, in mechanical stuff, or if you have a 1200 Goldwing and you're interested in some of the repairs I'm going to be doing, I know I'm going to be rebuilding the front forks. I know I'm going to be changing the tires, put new tires on it. I know I'm going to be dealing with the clutch. I'm going to be dealing with the brake, the gas tank, fuel pump, carburetors, new battery, and whatever else. So, but I'm not going to invest any money in it until I know the engine's okay. So that's all I have for you today. Look for the next video. A few more days, hopefully. I'll get started on it, and I'll let you know about that. All right. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you in the next one.